This is Randy with Track 'em KY. It's January 14th. It's about 63 degrees outside right now, and we're getting ready to make some crappie jigs. We went crappie fishing last weekend, caught about 25 down at Lake Cumberland. We had one 15 inches, which is a whopper for a crappie, and we was a little unprepared, didn't have many jigs with us, and it's not going to happen again. And what I have here, I'm going to pour two different sizes. I'm going to pour 1/8 ounce and I'm going to pour 1/16. I got an Eagleclaw 570 light Aberdeen jig hook. It's a 1/0. This will be for my 1/8 ounce because these are big crappie. They have big mouths and we want to catch them. And the reason I like this 570, it's a light wire. When I'm fishing up in trees and stuff for crappie, I usually use 12, 14 pound test, and that way if you get hung, you can straighten him right out, reel up, bend him back, go back to fishing. Don't lose your rig. Or you can use like a 15 or 20 pound test braid on your spinning reel, which is about the same size as 4 or 6 pound test in monofilament, and do the same thing. Straighten this hook right out, go back to fishing. And best jig hook I've ever used. I've got these in a 1/0 for my 1/8 ounce, and I've also got some number 2s here that I'm going to put in my 1/16 ounce. So let's get started. I'm trying out my new lead melting pot today. It's a Lee Production Pot 4. Never used one before. This is my first one I've ever had, and I love it. I've already been monkeying around with it a little bit. Oh my God, takes every bit of the work out of it and the mess and all that. And I've got my mold sitting on top of it right now, heating up, and we're going to get at it. The smaller hook in the 1/16 ounce head, and I've got the 1/0 in the 1/8 ounce head, and we're ready to pour. All you do is lift up on the little nozzle, fill her up, wait for it to set a second, and there we have a 1/16 ready to go. One 1/16 and the 1/8. Perfectly made jig heads. Well, we're going to do a few of them, then we'll show you how we paint them and tie them up. Okay, this is about 15 minutes worth of pouring. We've got about 35 1/8 ounces and about the same in the 1/16 ounces. And I don't use these very much, but I poured a few. It's 1/32 ounce. But about 15 minutes, not being in no big hurry. Okay, we've poured up our jigs. We're getting ready to paint them now. I just got Rust-Oleum exterior enamel. Works real good for me. After the first coat of paint, then I usually use nail polish in whatever color I want, and that'll be the final coat because the nail polish gets harder and it's more durable. You just take your jig, dip it in, let the excess run off, hang it on the rack. This rack is just a small piece of plywood, drilled 2 holes in it, took a clothes hanger, bent it to go down in the hose. Works like a charm. You'll see on the jig it will form like a little hump on it where the paint's real thick. I'll show you what to do about that. After you've dipped and hung a few, come back, get your jig, just touch it against your board. It'll take that little hump off. You'll have a perfectly round jig head. Now this is Randy and I'm back, and we're painting our jigs. Our white's already dry, and now we're going to put some clear fingernail polish on. Just take your clear fingernail polish, coat it all over. If you want. I picked these little bottles of glitter up at Walmart. While your polish is still wet, sprinkle a little on. There's your red metallic. A little polish. I don't put eyes on my jigs usually. Do one in green. Gives it a little added flash. Clear fingernail polish helps make it a little more durable. The Lee melting pot over there is the way to go if you're going to make your own jigs. It worked unreal. I picked that one up at Cabela's. I think it's about $70. Hopefully this weekend we'll do a little crappie fishing and show you how these work. This is Randy with Track 'em KY. Like and subscribe.